Hello. Suppose that Juan buys a French horn for $100 from Pierre. What's Pierre going to do with $100 of U.S. currency? Turns out that Pierre can only do one of three things. He can either buy something from the United States, which would be an export, buy a stock or a T-bill from the United States, or buy a building in the United States, which is considered a U.S. asset, or he can hold on to the U.S. dollar, which would do him absolutely no good. Suppose that Pierre buys $100 worth of Starbucks coffee. How does this affect the U.S. balance of payments? The U.S. balance of payments is really a system of double entry bookkeeping. The left side of the balance payments are debits, and the right side of the balance of payments are credits. Furthermore, you can break down imports and exports and put them on the appropriate side. Imports are considered to be a debit, and exports are considered to be a credit. Basically, imports are things that you spend, and exports are things that you receive. So, when Mike bought that French horn, it appeared as an import from France or a debit item, and when Pierre bought that cup of coffee, it appeared as a $100 export on the balance of payments. Notice that the debits equal credits. Suppose that Mike wants to buy some chopsticks from Shoshin in Japan. What can Shoshin do with the U.S. money she receives from the sale of the chopsticks? Well, there's only three things she can do. She can buy U.S. exports, or she can buy U.S. assets, or she can hold on to the money and save it, which would do her absolutely no good. Suppose that Shoshin buys something like a stock or a bond or a T-bill from the United States. How does that appear on the balance of payments? The chopsticks appears as an import, and when Shoshin buys capital from the United States, that appears as a credit or a capital inflow, which I have denoted as KI. Now let's see how this appears in totality. If we add up our imports, we get 150, and our exports are 100. Since the equation for net exports is exports minus imports, that would be 100 minus 150 would be equal to a negative 50. Notice that the capital inflows is a positive 50. So therefore a negative 50 plus 50 would be equal to 0. And that is why capital inflows plus net exports must equal 0. I hope this sheds some light onto the balance of payments and double entry bookkeeping